Welcome to Whisky.com, where fine spirits meet. My name is Horst Lüning. I'm the senior taster of Whisky.com. This is my son Ben, the master taster of Whisky.com. And today we have a wonderful new bottle from Bowmore, number 1 vaults, from the master selection, the Aston Martin. Single malt with an age of 21 years.
Yes, and it's a creation, it's a joint venture with Aston Martin and Bowmore, and you can see it here. So they have a nicely designed bottle. Maybe some Aston Martin's designers came in there as well. And it's nicely liqueured at the bottom and has that checkered surrounding, Aston Martin logo on it. And yeah, they also did a joint venture when they created the liquid. And that was Ron Welsh, the master blender from Bowmore, worked together with the vice executive Aston Martin president Marek Reichman, and they did that with the optimal and the perfection in proportions with the the golden ratio. What they did, so they took the golden ratio between a 21-year-old first fill PX Oloroso sherry casks, PX and Oloroso sherry casks, and married them together in that special ratio with older Bowmores, amongst them even 35-year-old Bowmores. So this should be a 21 and older bottle.
And I looked up which Aston Martin was built in the year 2000, because this is 21-year-old, stands on the label here. And well, there had been models. I think the V8 Vantage stopped in 2000, and the DB7 was built from 1994 until 2004, I think. It came with 2 engines, a 3.2 liter supercharged engine and a V12 5.3 something liter engine, and that's not a race car, but it's a Grand Tourer. And so I suggest this Bowmore as a Grand Tourer with some hit in it. Of course, has to be like Aston Martin has.
It's the golden proportion between a Grand Tourer and the sports car.
Yeah, very good. And what did you say when you got the bottle? Hopefully there's no gas in it.
Hopefully there's no petrol or gas in it or oil or something. But I think the whole liquid comes from Bowmore, as it's a single malt from Bowmore.
Yeah.
And not a blended malt between oil and...
But they said they have a new kind of looking onto Bowmore through this Marek Reichman. So
have a look.
It might have been.
Let's have a look what they discovered.
So the bottle is not really full because we had a sip before. Yeah.
And yeah, talking about what kind of bottle it is. It's a bottle with 51.8% ABV, and the price point is around $500,000. So around 500 euros. So like 560, $600. Depends on where you buy it. It might go up to even 700 or 800. I don't know.
Probably it's a collector's item.
Yeah, prices will rise.
Like the Aston Martin cars.
Yep,
yeah, collector's items as well. So the first time I didn't have the vanilla, now it's here. Yeah. Second is smokiness. Combines very well with the vanilla. Then sherry, lots of sherry, sweet sherry. And together with a nuttiness, a big nuttiness. That's very, very typical for sherry casks. And behind that there's a little, pipe tobacco tin smell. So not the burnt pipe tobacco, but the fermented fresh from the tin. Yeah. That's it.
And for the first, when I smelled it the first time, it was a more darker and smokier. And now that I've gotten used to it, I do find it a bit more sweetness in it, a little bit of vanilla in it as well. But the dominant taste is still smoke. Yeah, that's still a good smoky Bowmore. If you have one of these very, very old Bowmores, like 40 years old, or maybe the 35 stuff in there, they don't have that much smoke in them anymore. But This here still has a, I would say, a medium smoke to it, with a nice chocolate touch to it, I would say. And yes, a bit of a leathery touch, a bit of a...
the leather chair from the car.
Yeah, the leather chairs from the car. And yes, that pipe tobacco coming to me as well.
Yeah.
Or general tobacco, or shisha tobacco, or I don't know, one of these wetter tobaccos, not the totally dried cigarette tobaccos, but the more premium unburned, I would say.
Yeah, unburned. We're not smoking. We are not smokers. So we're just smelling the fermented tobacco, that's all. Yeah. Yeah.
Cheers.
Mm-hmm. 51.8 ABV is strong. So this will be good with a few drops of water, and this alcohol drives the aromas on your tongue. There's a spicy, peppery note. In the start, it's just oily, smooth, and then as soon as you swallow, the peppery, lighter, sharp tones appear, and after that you have the light bitterness of oakiness. And when we had it the first time, the bitterness was really, really strong. Now it's more complex, more bounded to the rest of the aromas. So this is very well connected, hefty, very characterful, massive, little coffee note in it as well. And the aftertaste, a little bit of sweetness residing, spiciness, oakiness.
It's a strong one. It does have a lot of chocolate in it, bittersweet chocolate, but the bitterness within the chocolate stays within that chocolate flavor. It's definitely not a bitter whiskey. It has a bit of a touch to it. A lot of chocolate, bit of a bittersweet touch of chocolate in there. Good amount of smoke in there, nicely done. And also it has some, that, you know, that Moncherie cherries. Yeah, I kind of, but better, more quality. The Moncherie is not that great of quality. And yeah, you realize it's a nice round sherry, and there's tons of stuff in there.
Yeah, very complex.
Yeah, very complex. You could sit a whole evening and just concentrate on that whiskey. Yeah. Very, very nicely done.
Yeah, so here there are tasting notes on the bottle as well. Nose sweet and nutty with notes of manuka, honey, and maple syrup with praline and grilled hazelnuts, combined with rich aromas of freshly tanned leather. Those leather chairs, the hazelnuts I have had as well, combined with rich aromas of freshly tanned leather. Cigar tobacco, so we had the pipe tobacco. Licorice roots, dried thyme probably, and heather blossom. I didn't have the heather. Taste richly elegant sherry merged with raw Isla peat, whilst bitter dark chocolate, here we are, black pepper, butterscotch sauce unites with vanilla. I only had vanilla in the smell in this start. And coffee,
vanilla is faint.
and coffee beans, whilst the fruity flair is defined by Morello, not Maraschino sherries, but Morello sherries, and a touch of papaya. Did you have the papaya?
Touch of papaya? No, you can probably find it in there, because it's such a
complex
nuanced and old whiskey where you have just so many influences in that.
Finish, sweet, spicy, and mouth-warming. That's really true. With notes of oak spices, chestnut cream. I didn't have chestnut cream at all. I don't know. I just have and coconut lingering. The coconut I didn't have as well.
I do like the older Bowmores. I'm not quite sure if I had a Bowmore in the 20s. I think I had a Bowmore in the 40s, definitely. But I had also the 18, but I'm not quite sure if I had one in the 20s. You did?
I had some decades ago.
Yeah, but
there the 21-year-old Bowmore was around 100, not euros, D-mark, which is 50 euros.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So nicely done, I have to say. Yeah, nicely done. Don't have much to compare it to let's say other old Bowmores, but
No.
very, very nicely done.
And
I can recommend it, but it's kind of expensive.
Yeah, but it might become a collector's item.
Yeah, definitely. That will,
as the Aston Martins as well.
yeah, the cars are also
Cars are-
collected item. Okay, so yeah, that was our take on the Bowmore #1 World's Master Selection Aston Martin. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.